Hey guys, what's up? Today I'm going to talk to you about Hearts on Ice, written by Janae. This book is a BWWM book. It's about basically two people that related in something with ice related. Like Max is a hockey player and Leah is a figure skater. So that's where it comes of Hearts on Ice. Janae Keys, this is her second or third book I'm reading from her. She's a great author. She writes her stuff pretty well, pretty detail oriented, and a lot of not a lot of backstories, but enough backstory to let you like really get into the book when you read her books. So I think this book was really good. It was interesting. It was very informative. It was very like eye opening or so enlightenment, I should say. So if you're into like figure skating and it's like how to really explain it? It's like it's someone that is under a lot of pressure, like celebrity these days, that under a lot of pressure and they have to find different outlet to release those, like the hurt, the anger, the rush, the just like to breathe, anything to release the to release that pressure that they're feeling. This is how the character Max basically portray and the influences around him and all the situation that he's really dealing with. Leah now, she's grounded. Her mom basically raised her from she's a baby by herself. She basically was, well, as I said, well grounded. Her mom did a great job with her, so she could handle certain pressures. And majority of it, her mom just bounced off back at her because her mom was her manager as well. So that worked great for her. Max, on the other hand, he had a lot more stuff going on. So let me get right into it. The main characters are Max and Leah. Leah basically is a figure skater that got hurt. She shattered her ankle when she was doing one of her somersault, and Max got hurt during the practice or during the game. He hurt his knee, so they both met at therapy. The therapy was real intense. It was a lot of pressure put on both of them because they're both athlete, and Max is bigger in the celebrity athlete than Leah was, so it was a lot more pressure for him and her, but she didn't no idea who he was, but he knew who she was. So he basically was attracted to her at first sight. She didn't feel him because she thought he was a jerk and he was rude, which he was, right? Anyway, throughout the book, he was basically being rude and everything, and then he eventually like warmed his way up to her and they started talking. They became very friendly. They became very friends before they start become lovers, and it was really good for him because he's dealing with a lot of emotions that he's hiding, you know what I mean? And she spot them because she had friends in a similar situation. Long story short, Max got better and he's basically ending up going, he wants to go back to get ready for the Olympics. She got better, so she's getting ready for the Olympics also. But at the same time, Max has his manager slash best friend CJ that's really a hater. Like, he's a player hater, serious hater. He had so much like, oh, get better, get better, get better. And everyone thought that, oh, it was for his benefit, for Max's benefit. But really, he wanted to cover his money. He wanted to make sure that his money was right. You know what I mean? And I didn't like that. And he wasn't a great friend at all. Also, Leah was his backbone. Leah was like pushing him, say, you could do this, you got this. Because really and truly, he wanted to give up. You know what I mean? Anyway, throughout the book, they both left. They both left the retreat, and they both got better and everything going on. So now Max is back into his role, like what he used to do, and everything's going great until he start getting pressured by what he needs to do. And he said he has this constant headache, and CJ said, oh, I got the pill for you. He's like, no, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. So he ended up being manipulated by CJ to get this pressure or to relieve this tension that is in his head that he thinks is a headache, and went back into his old ways and got himself into serious trouble. Like, he really did some really shady things, and he hurt Leah in the process. So in the long run, like, Leah would not forgive him. She didn't want nothing to talk to him, nothing to do with him. She didn't want to talk to him. She just cut him off completely. He called her mom. He was trying to get all his avenues to get back to her, but she wasn't having it. And I don't blame her because he got weak when he knew he was trying to fight it, because he was in denial for so long, and know that he finally came over it and then got suckered back in that quick. it's a weakness, and I could understand because addiction is especially if you have a strong addiction, it is crazy. It's really, really, really crazy, and I loved how Janae. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. Janae, basically rolled the whole addiction play into this book because his mom suffered from addiction. Now he suffered from addiction and he was ready to give up. So the addiction was like his weakness and he couldn't get over it. But then he was so obsessed with Leah that he had a new addiction, which was Leah, but it wasn't strong enough to overcome the addiction of the pills that he was taking. Anyway, long story short, as I said, he hurt her and she wouldn't forgive him, so he finally gave up. He tried it to like basically hurt himself, and it worked out that Janae was not Janae. Leah was the one that brought him back, like brought him to himself, and then let him see certain things that he wasn't seeing. Like he couldn't see that his best friend was like really vindictive. He couldn't see that he had better things out there to live for besides from what his mom put him through. So he had to basically open up his eyes to what reality is and what he needs to be if he wants to be with Leah. And I thought that was a great story, a great plot. So Janae did a great job on that book. And that's really was the end of it, to tell the truth, because they got there happily ever after. He got his championship, he got himself cleaned up, and Leah went back and won her title, even though she was competing against younger figure skaters, but she still brought her A game and she won. So that was great. So I thought Janae did a great job with this book. It's a BWWM novel. As I said, it's called Heart on Ice, written by Janae Keys. And it's very informative if you're into sports and things like that. It was good. The chemistry between the two of them, their love, the intimacy, it was really good. So I think she did a good job. You guys should check it out. Heart on Ice, written by Janae Keys. Bye, guys.